Good morning, students. Today I shall explain you about the external features of Fasciola hepatica. External features of Fasciola hepatica. External features of liver flow. Which are biologically called as or zoologically called as Fasciola. Fasciola hepatica. It is a species of the phylum Platyhelminthes. Its zoological name is Fasciola and hepatica. Fasciola is the generic name or genus. Hepatica is the specific name or species. And by these two words, the name is framed, and that is called as Fasciola hepatica, which one in English called as liver food. You people can study the external features of this animal. Before to explain about the external features of this animal, first of all you know the classification, and first the kingdom is the Animalia, because this animal possesses animal cells in their body. Okay, and those cells have no cell wall, no plastids, no larger vacuoles. Centrioles must be present near the what? Nucleus. And the cells which you have seen in there, they must be known as the what? Cellular forms, and you must find definite nucleus. Some cases you find the syncytial cells also be there, and number of nuclei must be present in their cytoplasm. All advanced cell organelles must be seen in there, like mitochondria, Golgi bodies, endoplasmic reticulum, glioxysome, perioxysomes, likely all other some organs must be present in there, and these organelles must be seen in their cytoplasm. Okay, and lysosomes must be seen in there, and you also find in there the smaller vacuoles, no larger vacuoles in there. Due to having these characters, this animal belongs under the kingdom Animalia. Then phylum. Phylum is here Platyhelminthes. You see, the Platyhelminthes is the Greek derivative term. It derives from the two Greek words, platy and helminths. Platy means plat, plate, and plat, that is dorsoventrally compressed. Helminths means poles. Body is dorsoventrally compressed, flattened. Okay, due to having this character, the animal belongs under the phylum Platyhelminthes. Then class is known as Trematoda. Body is not dorsoventrally compressed, and the leaf-like structures. Also, already trained, one after one it can maintain the host. It depends upon the two hosts. One is the invertebrate, other one is the vertebrate. And it will be continually pass through these two hosts to complete its life cycle. So, it is called as the class Trematoda. Then order is known as Digenia. These hosts are named as the one is the invertebrate, that is named as your Limax. Okay, and this animal comes under the phylum Mollusca. Other one also called as the animal of the what? Class Mammalia. Okay, and generally the ruminant animals are belonging under it, and sheep is very common in there. Then due to depend upon the two hosts, the life cycle, and show that species is called as the Digenia species. So its order also belongs under the Digenia. Genus is known as Fasciola. Fasciola means the liver flock. Okay, and Fasciola is the what? Dorsoventrally compressed body, and also embedded by the very thick cuticle, and cephalic one must be seen in the anterior part of the body. Distally you find one slit. Through this way, generally respiratory matter can be eliminated out, and that species is called as the Fasciola. And generally infected to the what? Hepatic organ or liver, so it is called as Hepatica. Hepatica. This is the specific name. Okay. Then after to know about the classification, then you comes to know your Fasciola general characters, and you know the specimen, which specimen general given in here. The given specimen is identified as what? As the Fasciola due to the following characters. Okay, first character, it is soft-bodied and dorsoventrally flattened and bilaterally symmetrical animal. Okay, it is a soft-bodied, dorsoventrally flattened and bilaterally symmetrical animal. Okay, the second character, body wall is a triploblastic, 3 layer must be seen but without a coelom. That is acoelomate organisms. And due to presence of these characters, the animal would be called as platyhelminthes. Then it is called as the trematoda. Its class is known as trematoda because body is flattened and leaf-like. Okay, and also be trained off. And one completed the life cycle through one host, then comes to the another host to complete its life cycle. Okay, and the conical anterior end is called as the oral cone or cephalic cone, which bears the oral sucker with a central mouth opening, and the posterior sucker is located on the ventral side, a little behind the mouth. Okay, and genital pore is also be seen or present a little anterior to the ventral sucker, and excudatory pore is also present at the extreme posterior end. Due to having these characters, people can say this animal is called as Fasciola. I already explained these things to you beforely. Then you know the species is here Hepatica because the species infected to the generally organ, what, hepaton or liver, so it is called as Hepatica. Again, okay, again you know the whole characters in pointwise. First of all, you know the body of this animal is triploblastic. That means it is differentiated into 3 germ layers: ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm, and it is bilaterally symmetrical. I already explained this animal is the acoelomate animal because there is no coelomic cavity. Okay, due to inabsence of the coelomic cavity, you can say it is acoelomate animal. And second character, body of this animal is leaf-like, dorsoventrally flattened, measuring 18 to 50 millimeter. 18 to 50 millimeter. Okay, and this is the magnitude of it. It is measuring about 18 to 50 millimeters in length and 4 to 15 millimeters in breadth. 4 to 15 millimeters in breadth. Okay, and the cephalic cone, which one is called as the head cone or oral cone, is the triangular projection at the anterior end of the body. Okay, and mouth is surrounded by the oral sucker is present on the cephalic cone, and acetabulum or ventral sucker is present behind the mouth, and excretory pore is present at the extreme posterior end of the body. Gonopore is placed between the mouth and the ventral sucker. Okay, and the alimentary canal comprises of the mouth, pharynx, esophagus and biped intestine. There is no anus because it is a parasitic animal. Anus is not need for it. Okay, the male reproductive system consists of the testis, vas deferens and seminal vesicles, and your serous sheath lodging the ejaculatory duct. Female reproductive system has the separate your called as the germinalism and also your vital area, and there is a single ovary, oviduct, ootype, uterus, vital gland, and the laurus canal must be seen in there. Okay, and these are the characteristics you must find in there. Okay, in the body of the Fasciola hepatica. Okay, and due to having these characters, and it is different from the others. Okay, let us see the picture of the what? Fasciola hepatica. I represented here two diagrams. One diagram for the dorsal side, other diagram for the ventral side. Please, you see this diagram? This is the ventral view of the liver flow. In the ventral view, you find some extraordinary characters of this animal. First of all, you find the two parts in this body. The uppermost part of the body is called as cephalic cone or oral cone. This portion is called as cephalic cone or oral cone. This portion is called as cephalic cone or oral cone. This portion is called as body. This is called as the body. Okay? And you mark at the ventral side of the body, you must find at the ventrally one sucker, that is called as ventral sucker, or also be called as acetabulum. Called as acetabulum. Okay? And ventral sucker otherwise called as acetabulum. And in between your oral sucker or your ventral sucker, in between them you find the gonopore is present. Okay? And these are the features which are available on the ventral side of this animal. Mouth at the top, then you find at the periphery oral sucker, and the portion where the mouth and oral sucker is present, that conical structure is called as cephalic cone or called as oral cone. After it you find the entire body, which is a leafy-like body. In proximal part of the leafy-like body, you must find one opening, that is called as gonopore. Beneath of the gonopore, you find one sucker is there, that is called as ventral sucker, or also be called as acetabulum. entire body of this animal along with the cephalic cone enclosed by the thick cuticle, which are giving the resistance to this animal. At the distal end, you find one slit is there. So this way, generally the urine can be eliminated out. That is called as excretory flow. Okay, and you know this animal also performing the excretion by the help of protonephridia, and clean cells are available in their bodies, and that is one remarkable features of this animal. Okay, and however, and by this respect, the Fasciola hepatica is quite differentiated from the others. Okay, and these are the characters you have already know, and you know the comments of this animal, and you know the Fasciola is a what? The hermaphroditic animal or bisexual, and two types of sexes are seen in the same body, that is called as monoecious. It is commonly called as the liver fluke. Its popular name is called as liver fluke. Okay, as it is and the endoparasite, usually it remains inside the viscera, so it is called as endoparasite, inhabiting the liver of the sheep, sheep, sheep. Menda, sheep. Final host is known as sheep, and intermediate host is known as limax. Intermediate host is named as limax. Which one is a molluscan animal? This is the invertebrate host, and this one is the vertebrate host. This is the primary host. This is the secondary host, and it is also considered as the intermediate host, and this one is considered as the final host. Okay, and due to carrying the stages, larval stages from the outside to the body of the sheep, and it is possible only by the agent that is called as the limax, and limax generally called as the carrier host, or generally that one carries the germs or the parasite from the outer environment towards the sheep. Okay, and when it generally passed over the grasses, and those grasses generally eaten by the sheep, and through this way generally the germ or parasite comes to the body of this animal. Okay, and this is popularly known as your liver fluke, as it is and the endoparasite inhabiting the liver of the sheep and goat and feeding on bile, and it causes the liver rot. It causes the disease that is called as the liver rot. The disease is known as liver rot disease. Liver rot. It is caused by the Fasciola hepatica due to infecting to the liver. Okay, and it is a parasite with the digenetic life cycle, and adult generally inhabits the cattle, and which is the primary host, and the larvae infect the snails, which serves as the secondary host or intermediate host or carrier host. Okay, and this is the total description regarding your Fasciola hepatica. This view is the ventral view, but in dorsally you cannot find these pores. They would be absent in the dorsal side. In dorsally you find your mouth, then you find the oral sucker, then you find the cephalic cone or oral cone. After it you find the leafy-like body, which is embedded by the thick cuticle. Distal you find one pore is there, that is called as excretory pore. And this view is called as the dorsal view. Called as the dorsal view. Okay, of the liver fluke. Thank you. I completed my talk about your Fasciola hepatica on the basis of the external features. Thank you.